Today, we'll be taking a look at some of the Fiend's new related items that have started to appear, Naomi's comments on her issue with WWE, Goldberg, and more. Let's start things off with Naomi and her comments. Naomi obviously has an on-screen storyline going on right now with how WWE official Sonya Deville is holding her back from shining on SmackDown. Everyone knows that this is just a storyline, but Naomi recently appeared on Jalen Rose's Renaissance Man, and she opened up about her actual real-life struggles for when it comes to getting TV time in WWE. Naomi had this to say about that topic during that appearance. Quote, "I think just in general, still trying to fight for the TV time, getting matches that are longer than 2 minutes. Although you're thankful because there's still so many women that aren't even getting TV time. It's like, okay, I got 2 minutes. At least I got that. I've got 2 minutes to show and prove and get people behind me. But you want more. You need more, you know what I mean? To develop those stories and those characters. That opportunity has to be there. I realize whenever women in our industry are given that opportunity, they knock it out of the park every time. But it can't just be sporadically. It needs to be consistent. So that's what myself and all of us are still pushing for and fighting for. Each day, each week." End quote. Naomi absolutely nailed her response. We've seen dozens of superstars, men and women, say this same sort of thing in the past. They all talk about how time is very important and crucial to telling a story. But obviously there's not enough time to distribute equally to everyone. One storyline may get a 20-minute segment while another gets 2 or 3 minutes on air. And usually these 2 or 3 minute segments are unfortunately the women's division, especially on SmackDown, a 2-hour show. The women tend to get very limited time because there's just so many stories they have to pack together in under 2 hours. So someone is going to be affected by that shortage of time every week. Like Naomi said, she's grateful to be on TV. But the issue is that the 2-minute segments and matches aren't enough time to get the audience to fully indulge and get invested in your story. The audience is more likely to forget about your 2-minute segment and will pay more attention to the storyline that had more time and deeper storytelling. That's just the reality of entertainment and TV. People want deeper and more interesting products. And another issue Naomi discussed there was the inconsistency. One week, you could be a big featured storyline with at least a 10-minute segment, but then the following week, you could cut back down to 3 minutes. So that's what Naomi also mentioned there. There has to be consistency in the way the story is shown as well, or else you'll lose interest like that. And we've seen that even with Naomi and Sonya Deville's storyline. Sometimes it has a long, great segment, but then it gets followed up by a much weaker segment. So there's even some slight consistency issues there, but it's still a great story, and we'll see how that continues to unfold and if Naomi will get more time to tell her stories. A lot of fans were asking questions and talking about the new products that WWE has just listed for the Fiend Bray Wyatt. WWE just listed a brand new glow-in-the-dark holiday-themed ornament of the Fiend to their shop. It's a new item that's new for this year that's never been seen before. On top of that, Mattel has also just revealed that the Fiend, Scarlet, and a whole bunch of other recently released superstars will all be getting new figures in their line. So it's brought up a lot of confusion amongst some fans, and they were wondering why all these products and new merchandise were popping up for these superstars that are no longer with WWE. And the answer to all that is real simple. It's due to production time. All these products are made several months in advance when everyone was under contract. Holiday-themed items were obviously worked on earlier in the year, so it can be ready in time for the holiday season. And Mattel is also behind and also takes a while to get their line of action figures out. So the new Fiend figure that's releasing soon was obviously being worked on long before Bray's release. So the simple answer to why all these new products are appearing now with release superstars is because production was being worked on for months, and you don't really want to cancel the release after all the time it's spent in production. So that's why they're still listing and adding these items to their shop, despite the superstars no longer being with the company. Goldberg will be 55 years old soon, and he's still used as a massive attraction for WWE. There was even a report back around SummerSlam that claimed the analytics that WWE goes by showed that Goldberg does spike overall fan interest for them, and that's why they continue to turn to him. Goldberg has been part-time with WWE since 2016 and has been involved in several big stories, several world title matches, and of course, several controversial moments. A lot of fans didn't like what Goldberg did to Kevin Owens, and they especially didn't like what he did to The Fiend, when he, out of all people, ended The Fiend's undefeated streak in a very anticlimactic way. But even after those hard moments, he returned several more times and always got great reactions. He's coming off a storyline with Bobby Lashley where he avenged his son for the attack that Lashley put on him at SummerSlam. It's your old father-saving son storyline, so it had a good ending with Goldberg getting revenge on Bobby Lashley. So now, what does the future have in store for Goldberg? Well, Wrestling Observer claims that Goldberg has one last match left on this current deal that he has. Goldberg has stated in interviews that he has signed for 2 matches a year in WWE. But that deal seems to be flexible because we did see him wrestle 3 matches in 2021. So that's his usual workload, 2 to 3 matches, and of course Goldberg comes with a heavy price tag for WWE. So if this report is true, if he only has 1 match left on his deal, it's going to be decision time for WWE. Do they extend his deal for a few more matches, regardless of the price tag? Or do they decide to peacefully part ways with him? Well, like the report claims, The Undertaker is done in the ring. Triple H is more than likely done in the ring. All these guys that WWE used to really depend on for that nostalgia element are all starting to enter full retirement. So, if Goldberg is still healthy enough to go for a few more matches, they may have no choice but to extend him and count on him for that nostalgia element. Goldberg's matches in 2021 were Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and Crown Jewel. Those 3 are up there as some of WWE's most popular shows, so maybe they'll continue to use him at big events like that. Goldberg had a good ending to the Bobby Lashley story, but that obviously wasn't the end of his career. He at least has 1 match left and potentially a few more if they decide to extend him. So, who should Goldberg's last few matches be against? And do you think he'll continue to be booked in the world title main event scene as well? What are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.